Hello. Namaste ji. Hello. What's up, Rahul, Ritika, Jerry, Jacob, Mayur, Kritika, Anshuman. What's up, gang? Hello, Anish. Hello, Sachin. Hello, Dheeraj. Welcome to our stream today. Welcome to the stream. Satriyakal Sarya Bravanu. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Welcome. Good to see you all here. Hello. Today, we're going to be talking about design. We're going to be talking about design roadmap. Now, I know when you see this YouTube title, you're like, bro, सुनी हुई है बात ये सुनी हुई है बात I've seen a lot of channels do this. um, SEO title, right? Point is, today, this is actually what I was doing all day, morning से, because as you guys know, cohort 7 की तैयारियां चल रही हैं. We are prepping for cohort 7. It is Q2, so that started a few days back. And we want to make curriculum updates. We do that every single cohort. We make updates to the curriculum. And I thought, Suve say I've literally been doing that since I woke up today. So I thought, let's actually review. Let's actually do that together. We also have a really good video coming out today. No, not today. Friday. Friday, very nice video coming out. You guys are gonna enjoy that. Keep an eye out. Yo, what's up? Hello. Darsh, you asked me this question last stream. Minimalistic and minimalism. Bro, Darsh, kya kar rahe ho, bro? Like, what kind of question is this? I'm not making fun of you, okay? I'm seriously asking. What kind of question is this? Minimalistic versus minimalism. In general, you know what minimalist is, right? Less. Minimalistic, minimalism, it's the same thing. You asked me this last stream. एंड नहीं होना चाहिए ये क्वेश्चन ब्रो. बहुत ही सिंपल क्वेश्चन है जो गूगल से आंसर हो जाता. यू शुड नॉट हैव दिस क्वेश्चन. इट्स द सेम थिंग. एंड आई नो थोड़ा ब्रूटल मैं डायरेक्टली आंसर बता रहा हूँ, बट सही बात है ब्रो. दिस इज नॉट द काइंड ऑफ शिट यू शुड वरी अबाउट. दिस इज नो डिफरेंस. इट्स द सेम थिंग. क्वेश्चन ज़रूर पूछो ब्रो. आई वुड लव टू आंसर एनी क्वेश्चन यू हैव, राइट? But at the same time, I'm going to be very upfront with you, right? I'm not going to politically correct questions, this that. सीधे बता दूंगा. That's what's up. Hello Sahil, what's up? Sagar, hello G. ठीक है, let's jump into it. We're going to do some road mapping today. We're going to do some uh, whiteboarding, Whiteboard Wednesdays. Let's jump into that. First up, let's bring the iPad up. Let's connect ये वाला iPad. Okay, chalo. While we're connecting the iPad, few questions. AI is going to take my job and I'm going to learn car repairing. Badhiya, bro, Dhananjay. I love the backup plan. As long as you love cars, I think you might even enjoy that more. Is AI actually going to take a job? Bro, सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये है कि why the fuck does AI want jobs, bro? You think AI को मारा मारी पड़ी हुई है jobs की, bro? Like, I'm so powerful and smart. Let me get a job, bro. Let me be employed. AI doesn't want your job, bro. AI wants to chill. AI wants to relax. AI wants to have fun, enjoy lifestyle, smoke a doob. AI doesn't want to be employed. Okay, let's see. You have the iPad ready. Car detailing, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one. Car detailing, I think your design skill set will transfer really nicely. Push lo, bro. Anshul, feel free to ask questions. Anybody here, right? What I'm going to do right now is we're going to do some whiteboarding. Whiteboard Wednesdays is what we're going to be doing right now. which means I'm going to visually draw out and we're going to brainstorm some stuff together. What I'm just doing right now, though, is I'm connecting my iPad. Honi para for whatever reason. No, but companies want to protect their bottom line. Correct. So if you really think about that from that perspective, yeah, management jobs definitely stay because you need to convince other people to do their work. But for the people, see, it's hard to generalize, right? I'm not speaking for everybody, but seriously, Socho, for you, for me, let me talk for myself, okay? Bro, I don't want a bullshit job, right? Let me be very honest, right? I don't want a bullshit job. And everything, ever since the start of my career, I've just been trying to avoid bullshit jobs. And you know what bullshit jobs are? I don't have to, I don't think I have to explain it. समझ तो आ ही गया होगा. Just like bullshit jobs, like those are the jobs that are first to go. You are, you don't want to be a line item in an Excel sheet, bro, right? Okay, I'm actually gonna connect this iPad, and nahi hua to then we will have to go plan B today. Hmm. So many people learn from his YouTube, but still followers are so less. BED education, क्या करें bro? Underrated होने की बात यही है. That's what it means to be underrated. But on a very serious note, it's because nerdy topic hai, bro. Think about that. I can open a website where I can watch anything and I'm gonna watch UI UX, bro. इतने motivated लोग नहीं है, bro. General इतने motivated लोग नहीं है, right? Nobody's coming here to watch that. In fact, 30K subscribers हो गए हैं. That is a big deal for me. Wow, 30K people interested in this. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy to me. Bro, I keep getting distracted by the comments and not connecting iPad. iPad. Okay, guys, chalo. Let's take a small. I'm just gonna connect the iPad right now. Chill, बहुत chill stream है ये. Slow stream है because मेरा iPad नहीं connect हो रहा, bros. What would I do if AI takes my design job away? Bhai, see, I don't want to do YouTube, bro. I don't want to. Okay, you guys tell me this, okay? Hypothetical scenario. अगले साल, next year, AI takes our jobs away. क्या करेंगे designers, bro? मैं क्या करूँगा? Seriously, think about that. YouTube बनाना पड़ेगा मुझे. Like, already I'm on YouTube, but you're saying I'm gonna have to do reaction to Jubilee videos, bro? Am I gonna have to do beef with beer biceps and like big YouTubers and shit? Damn, bro. Problem, bro. iPad, no connection. I should have done a test. क्या कर रहा था मैं? I should have done a test of this. But now we're solving this real time. Oh, I got it. Here it is. Let's go. All right, chalo. iPad is done. Connected. Let's talk, guys. डिजाइन के ढोकले बनाने पड़ेंगे ब्रो, टू बी ऑनेस्ट. डिजाइन के ढोकले बनाने पड़ेंगे. डैम, पिक्सल के पकौड़े तो बन गए. नेक्स्ट, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट डिजाइन रोड मैप. Let's get started, guys. Serious bath, serious bath. I'm going to, of course, keep looking at the comments, but today we're going to do design roadmap. Okay. Jayant, you've not missed anything, bro. What we're doing is we're trying to figure out a design roadmap for 2023. Um, in an AI world, in an AI, that's what we're going to be doing today. Exciting, exciting. Should we talk about this? So, first thing, bro, let's just do this. Let's do this. I want to help you guys with the visualization. Since we're talking about roadmap, let's figure out where do we want to go. We want to go here. क्या है ये जगह? What is this place? Let's say you are here right now and you want to go here. That's the roadmap that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what are the skills you need to learn. Roughly, we will talk about क्या ये different चीजें हैं, right? That's at least a topic that I've planned for today. And okay, let's jump into it. Now, the main thing to understand, number one, is where do you want to go? For any roadmap, a destination is important. Yes, the way you get to the destination, the actual steps that you walk across is super important, but what is the destination, right? So when we're saying design roadmap, the destination, let's just play it out, right? What do you imagine that destination to be? Number one, you want to be a designer, right? That's the overall top level pay. But let's double click this. Let's go a little deeper. Destination is you want to be a designer, but bro, designer, let's think a little bit more granular level pay, right? I was actually waiting for some comments to come in. You want to build stuff. Let's just say build and design products. You want to work in a creative team. Work with a creative team. And overall, bro, let's not forget the main thing. We want to make money. And not just any money, real estate broker and shit. I want to make money as a designer. Am I right? Am I right? Is this the destination we're talking about? Please give C7 access to past alumni. We'll think about this. We'll think about this. I think it's possible. Possible. See, actually, it's difficult, but it could be possible. Let's think about that. Roadmap. So let's start here. You want to be a designer. Here, there are certain skills associated with this, right? You need to understand Figma. You need to understand how to solve problems, right? It's not tool alone. It's also you need to understand what to do with it. Where does the tool happen in the overall process, right? There are skills and then there are tools. Build and design products. Overall, as a designer today, most of the time, what we are making is we're making apps, we're making websites. Now, those of you who saw the humane stream, you know that the world that we're living in, technology, very likely that we have new types of apps, new types of technologies, right? Whether that's chat GPT plugins, whether that's more around Web3 as these technologies become mainstream, Or it could also be around just AI tools in general, right? It could be AR. When Apple comes out with its headset, yeah, there are going to be apps that are going to be developed for it, right? So build and design products. Right now, as of now, apps and websites are the main things that we build. And understanding how to build apps, how to build websites, prepares you for this upcoming generation, for these new products. Okay, hold on. Work with a creative team. Now, of course, we want to work with good people. Why? Because the better people that we work with, the more our skills can improve, right? Why do we want to work with good people? So that we have growth, right? This growth can be personal, it can be professional. And of course, if you're already in a company and you want to move to a role that pays more, you have to become worth more, right? So you also have to you want to make more money. So people, let's say companies, clients, overall we're doing it so that we get some growth. And in general, we want to make money as a designer. This could be, when you're starting out, it could be internships, it could be freelancing, it could be full time, right? Let's read some more. AR, what's up, Varun? Yeah, AR definitely will be a thing. Today, when we look at AR, we see it's, the most AR developers today probably work on something like filters, right, on Instagram or Snapchat. That, of course, will change as more people get AR technologies, uh, as we get things like headsets. But right now, let's just say the devices are not there, right? And honestly, jobs not so much there too. You want to make money as a designer, internship, freelance, full time. Let's see the comments. Is there something I missed out? Okay, hold on. Shubham, your short answer is practice, but stick around. Let's try to figure this out, right? What you actually want, to reframe your question from the perspective of today's video, which is design roadmap, what you want is you want to make it to the advanced stages. So we'll talk about that, but we are going to talk about the whole roadmap today. Simulation break करेंगे. Hmm. Can developer become UX designer? Absolutely, bro. In fact, if you are a developer, don't move away from development. Keep your development skills, because development and design can stack on top of each other. If you already know how to build products, and now let's say you're using things like Copilot and let's say ChatGPT to help you code, as part of your coding work, perfect time to expand your skills. And if you're a dev, making learning design so you can make better looking products, so you can think about user experience, these are competitive advantages for you, right? Definitely, I do believe so. And the main reason also is, with development, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, things like Copilot, it's getting much easier for people to get into dev, right? So the competition for a lot of stuff is going to get higher when it comes to purely development, right? You have things like Auto GPT, which I have to try. I really have to try that, but insane, right? But UX, understanding those things definitely will help. If everybody is, making fucking note taking apps and shit, or what's the equivalent of it? Everybody's making a write social media captions with AI type of app. The apps that actually win are going to be the ones that crack distribution, the ones that crack the user experience, the ones that crack where the value is, right? These are all skills that are essential to UX design. This is what designers do. Hmm. Q2 in a couple of weeks. Keep an eye out. Couple of weeks, very close. We're very close. We're much closer than we were when we started these streams. Hmm. Figma works best, bro. But we'll do some more Q&A towards the end. Let's keep going on this roadmap. Cool, bro. Dope. Let's keep going. So we have this roadmap. We're talking about this. You need to know these skills, tools. You want to build products. You want to work with good people, better people than maybe the ones you're working with right now. You want to have the skills that gives you an opportunity to be with really smart people, to work with really smart people. You want it such that your skills, your online proof of work, lets you confidently cold DM people and be like, hey, I want to work with you. And they look at your work and they're like, wow, we need to hire this person. This person's work is amazing. Right? That's your destination. It's good to visualize. How many of you heard about you heard of the secret? The power of visualization, bro? The power of manifestation. You guys have heard about that? Well, here's what we're manifesting, guys. Okay. Here's what we're manifesting. If you want, no, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But it's a good idea to think about what this outcome is, right? Because a lot of times people are unclear about this. They are unclear about मैं exactly करना क्या चाहता हूँ, right? Because you might, like this visualization that I've drawn for you, you are here. You want to make it to the other side. Now, why is there a huge gap in between? Because the question is, bro, if you know you want all these things, you want to be a better designer, work with people, make more money, work with creative teams. If you already know these things, why have you not already figured it out? Why have you not already figured it out? Because it's challenging, because it takes time, and there is this chasm that you have to cross. There are obstacles on this path, right? And here is where you want to be. Now let's talk about how do you get there. And the way I'm going to break this down, right? Since we're doing a roadmap, let's actually draw this out. Oh my god, dude. These lines. Busted, guys. Busted. As a designer, I cannot draw straight lines. Busted. Just kidding. I got this new AI tool that straightens my lines. Okay, let's talk. So, the roadmap, right? Here is how I would divide this roadmap. I'm going to divide this into 3 parts. The first part, this 0 to 3 years. The second part, which is this, is let's say 1 to 5, 2 to 5, 3 to 5. What's the best way to do this? 0 to 3. Let's just say this is the middle, right? So 3 to 10. And then, of course, there is the 5 plus. Right? And you might be wondering why is it not 10 plus? I'll talk about that. But overall, let's divide it into these 3 categories. And let's talk about each of these. Right? This is your, let's say, 5-year, 10-year, your career roadmap as a designer overall. Okay. Okay. 0 to 3 years. What are you doing 0 to 3 years? Typically, what are you typically doing in 0 to 3 years? 0 to 3 years, you are the intern, right? You are interning somewhere, or you are the moonlighter. You guys know what moonlighting is? It's basically you're either in a job or you are in college and you are using whatever time you have available to design, right? You're using whatever limited time you have to slowly get into design. So typically these are the types of people you will find. You will find people who've done internships, right? The moonlighter, it could be because you are in college, or you're in office, you're working somewhere. Now 0 to 3 years, you could also be the novice, right? You are somebody who maybe understands Figma. You understand Figma, but you are not really sure about what's that next step. How do I go from knowing Figma to being a designer at a startup, right? Where people are giving me design responsibilities of a company. That's different from knowing Figma, right? So, and by the way, guys, let's not get too specific on hung up on terms and stuff, right? Because I'm kind of just talking about this based on my research and experiments that I've done. Okay, so you have the novice. What's next? What else? You've got the, let's just say, the all-in-one. You guys know what the all-in-one is? The all-in-one is somebody who started designing and basically does a lot of, let's say, Photoshop design, and this all-in-one might also be an intern at a company. But overall, what I typically see is, maybe this is not a very big category, but overall, the reason I put it there is non-UX, right? Non-UI UX. So some design, but not UI or UX work, or let's just say product work. So if you are in this part of your journey, you're 0 to 3 years, overall, the bad news that I have for you is you don't automatically make it to this next one, right? A lot of people will exit at this point, right? You're going to exit. You're going to do a little bit of design, but then you're going to catch on to the next thing. You're going to say, I like video editing, or I want to be or I heard prompt engineering. I want to do AI, right? The moonlighter is also a dabbler, right? You're dabbling in multiple things, but without actually making a commitment to product design, you're probably not going to make it to this middle category. So this roadmap that I'm showing you, right? This roadmap does have drop offs. Not There is no guarantee that if you're on this roadmap, you're going to move forward. You could also exit this roadmap completely and go out. So let's take some comments, right? And we'll build this even further. So just let's take some examples. So Shashank says, I know Figma and I have a certificate. What can I do next? So Shashank, what I would say is you are probably in this 0 to 3 year category, which is you are a novice, right? You know how to do Figma. Maybe you are a moonlighter, like you're doing a little bit of freelance, idhar udhar kuch kaam aa gaya. Maybe you're in college or office. In general, for you, the next thing is you want, so here's how I'll map it out, right? If you're this person, this all in one person, you want to actually do this, right? You want to become, somehow you want to do more product stuff, right? You want to see if you can get an internship in UI design, in UX design. If you are this novice who kind of does Figma, you kind of want to also either become a moonlighter, right? Which is you want to actually take this time and start doing some freelance projects, or you want to actually become an intern, which is you want to actually have an internship that actually pays you. You are actually doing work as at an intern capacity. Now, of course, the challenges in this particular area, we can talk about these. The challenges is if you are this all in one person, right? The let's say the you know this all in one is a kind of a confusing term. Let's change this to the, what's a good name for this? um, the creative guy, the creative dude, right? The UX product intern. So is this clear, guys? Is this 0 to 3 phase clear? Ask me some questions and I'll answer a few of these. But If you are just the creative dude who is just doing some design stuff, become the intern. Become the intern. Specifically, you want to become the UX and product intern, which is that's the kind of work you're doing. If you're a novice, you or let's say if you are a creative dude who does not know Figma, you only know Photoshop, you then need to first learn Figma and then you need to get an internship. That's your next thing, right? How do you do internship? How do you do all that? I'll talk about that in just a sec, right? We'll talk a little bit more. But if you are a moonlighter, right, either you do a lot more of this, right? So a moonlighter is actually a perfect place to be. A moonlighter is kind of a low stakes thing where you're pushing yourself forward. You're still kind of juggling multiple things, so you're not all in, but you're kind of managing, you're getting some projects, some of these projects that you do will become, let's do this. Let's draw another map, right, to help you visualize. Make money as a designer. If this is your goal, you need to get hired. If you want to get hired, you either get hired as an intern. Let's keep going here. You want to make money as a designer, you either get hired as an intern, you get hired full time, or you do freelance. How do you get this? How do you even get hired? Let's talk even further. The way you do that is get selected, or let's just say convert interviews. You want to actually get interviews, because without doing interviews, you're not going to get opportunities. Nobody's going to call you up and say, hey, do you want a job? I heard you became a designer. You actually have to apply, right? What about a person who's this thing? Saurabh, you're in the same category. You're in the exact same category, right? But you have to, let's identify a little deeper. If you want to make money as a designer, you need to get hired. You need to get hired in one of these type of roles, intern, full-time, or freelance. If you are, how do you actually get it? You have to convert interviews, which means you have to be good at them, right? How do you convert interviews? We're breaking this down, right? We're breaking this down from a design perspective. How do you convert interviews? You have to actually sit for interviews, right? So you have to apply to lots of places. And how do you actually increase your chances of getting in, right? We're going even deeper. Let's move this here. How do you apply? You have to do more calls. How do you do more calls? Or when should you do this? You need to have portfolio. Now, what does your portfolio have? It has case studies. What do your case studies include? What do I include in that? Your case studies have projects. How do I work on projects? You have to first know Figma. How do I learn Figma? This is kind of where you start, right? And you work your way up. At each of these stages, there are different things to figure out, right? Like, for example, once you get into this category here, freelance, there's a lot of freelance specific learnings that you can do, right? Like over here, the relevant roadmap to you becomes freelancing. How do I go deep into freelance? You watch more freelance content, you consume more freelance resources, right? But I'm actually losing track, guys. Where were we? I need to read the comments real quick. Hmm. Okay, let's keep going. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of cheating, guys. Hold on. Give me one sec. doing a little bit of cheating, and I'm going to show you a roadmap I've made in advance because I was getting a little tired of writing. Okay, I cheat a bit, but overall, this is what this roadmap kind of looks like, right? This is my perspective on this. You are in that 0 to 3 year category. You are typically figuring something out. Now, what you need is you need your internships, your freelance projects, all of this. You're building this up, right? Now, let me make it very clear. You could, within 6 months, move to this middle stage, technically, right? Which is the IC designer, the individual contributor in a company, right? You are a product designer at startup name, right? Although it says 3 to 10 years, let's just say uh, 0 to 1 if efficient. This is roughly how I kind of imagine this, right? In this 3 to 10 years, you will also find people who are managers, right? These are people who are not exactly individual contributors. Maybe they're team leads. They do a balance of managerial versus independent work. You also have a lot of side hustlers during this point, which is you're comfortable with design. So you are now using your design skills in other things as well, right? You're a freelance bro, you're a media bro, you're a business bro, right? These are just some categories. I'm just coming up with these. And beyond this, which is 5 plus years, which is once you've actually figured out design, you can figure out what's next, right? You can start your own agency, right? Your design team. Together, you're saying, we are going to do projects together. You could become a founder of a company. Today, with ChatGPT, it's probably getting easier to build a company, although that's not my niche, that's not my category, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. You could continue down the IC path, the individual contributor. You could also become the vibes priest, the vibes dude. And of course, I'm not going to talk too much about that. But in general, right? Um, in general, this is how I kind of imagine these maps. Now, of course, this is my writing, so you don't 100% understand this. But what I will say is these are kind of the pitfalls in this map, right? In an ideal scenario, you would move through this asani se. You just do it, right? It's no big deal. You just do it. Big deal. It's not a big deal. Learn, do projects, just move through. But if you're here and if you've been stuck, here's why. If you're in college, typically you have things like placements, right? You have things like assignments. You have this guilt that you're constantly distracted by things. You also want to enjoy your college life. You have this uncertainty. You have these multiple paths available. Should I sit for placement? Should I not? You have this general underconfidence because you're like, everything I know is about college. I don't understand how the industry works. You also have maybe a lack of a leading figure, right? Maybe you're used to having all this help and support, and now this is something you have to figure out all by yourself for the first time. These are challenges you face if you are starting out and you are stuck here. You're stuck in this 0 to 3 initial phase, right? This is, in general, a trough of sorrow, which I've made a separate category here, but I'm just going to talk about it. If you're mid career and you want to switch to design, right? Usually the reasons that are stopping you or the things that are making it hard are you don't have enough time. You're kind of in a corporate environment. Um, exactly. Let me tell you this. Do Coursera reasons? No, they don't matter. They absolutely don't matter. And I'm not just saying that because I have my own course, but I'm telling you that because try it out. Try it out. You can verify for yourself whether it matters, right? You will, of course, learn something from it. But if you are in college, just that Coursera course alone is not going to help you. What you need is a portfolio, right? And let's just break that down. To get to a portfolio, you need to do projects. To do projects, you need to know the tools and you need to have the skills. And as part of this, you also need information. You need knowledge, right? That's the stack. So Coursera is great, but it's the information layer. There's an execution layer on top of this where you actually have to do the work, you have to do projects, and you have to make case studies. While you're making these case studies, you also have to start networking. Now, I know networking is a weird thing, but basically what it means is you don't want to be this island. You don't want to be isolated. You want to know other designers because way before a job posting or an internship is posted on LinkedIn where 100 people apply, you want your friend to tell you, bro, this founder I know is looking for a internship, right? Looking for an intern. But anyways, trough of sorrow. Now you might be in a trough of sorrow where maybe you've graduated, maybe घर पे बैठे हुए हैं, bro, and you're like, life is good, AI is coming, what do I need to do? क्या है, right? You're not really making that progress. Um, Again, that's what makes you stuck is that feeling of confusion overall, right? And I now guys, tell me if this is just like too abstract, right? I'm showing you all this stuff, but it makes sense to me. I'm just kind of explaining this to my best ability. Comfortable, you might be stuck here because you're comfortable in the sense that you're good but not exactly the best, right? Things are tolerable, right? Some things are quite shit, like maybe your job sucks or something like that, or you're not really, you feel like you're kind of stuck. You're kind of exploring, but you're shy to actually make a commitment, right? You want to make more money but you're unclear. You've had a lot of in the past, I've been thinking of, I want to try, but then you didn't do it, and now you feel a little demotivated because of that. You're like, you're questioning yourself a little bit. um, Maybe you're focusing on something else. Maybe work is not your primary thing, and so maybe you're feeling a little guilty. You're like, I should be working, but मेरे लिए अपनी body ज़्यादा important है, bro, right? You're just busy with something else in life, or मेरे लिए relationships ज़्यादा important है, bro. Like, I want to actually focus on dating for some time, right? I don't have that much time to think about career moves and shit. It's okay, ठीक है, bro, happens. But overall, this last thing, right, what I call optimized here, is optimized is you are kind of balanced, you found your thing that works, right? Optimized is this last thing, right? A leader, a design leader, is somebody who has optimized for being really good with people, really good with articulation, being able to talk, really good at working cross functionally, right, across teams, really good at motivating others to do work, right? Being there, making sure other people are successful, doing that through your support, and they're good in working in an organization. So it's not that they're the best designer ever, right? But they've optimized to become a leader, a design leader, which means they might not have the time every single day as a VP of design to worry about what are these new Figma plugins, or you know improving on those skills, but they've optimized for something else. Similarly, as a founder, you might have optimized for, I want to run a design agency, bro, right? Maybe you are at that level where you do not have that confusion and you're like, I just want to run a design agency. That's actually my goal. I want to have clients. I want to have two, three really good, solid designers that I'm working with. I have somebody who talks to these clients and does all these calls, but we're making a couple crores, bro. And we are a design agency, right? Maybe that's your thing. So that's you optimized. Similarly, you could be an executive, right? Similar to being a leader. Although leader, executive kind of means in a corporate setting. A leader, technically I would say I've kind of optimized for that leader thing, which is I'm not really making pixel ke pakode all the time, but I am still designing and I'm still very deeply involved in design, but optimized for the different things. So, guys, let's do some questions, okay? I know I said the roadmap, but overall, this is the kind of roadmap I want to show you, right? And I want to show you a few more things as well, but I want to see your questions. Hmm. Hmm. Ajit says, what should I focus on from the first year of design graduation to make my skill set to the optimum level? Ajit, the most pragmatic answer for you is you want to get internships. You want to get internships. You can do these internships in between semesters if there's enough of a time. You can do these internships, you can kind of do freelance projects if you want, right? That kind of is like an internship, right? It's a remote, you're kind of doing it in the evenings, you're the moonlighter from our diagram. But basically, what you want is by the fourth year of your college, you have a few internships, you have a few freelance projects, such, and you have connections, you have a network in design now. In the same way that you in college have your classmates, you have your people who are in the same batch, and you have people who are in different years, right? Similarly, in design, having a network means you know a few people who are along with you, right? Who are kind of working on similar stuff. You know some people who are slightly ahead of you who have just joined a company or maybe a 1 or 2 years in a company. And you know some people who are much ahead of you where you want to be, maybe 4 or 5 years down the line, right? People who um, you are able to talk with, you can DM, right? Of course, you have people like me, you can talk to me. And of course, if you're in the cohort, you can always DM me. Just a reminder to all you cohort folks here. You guys are not DMing me enough. Just kidding. But overall, I would say definitely work on your skills. Work on, once you have the skills, work on some projects, work on internships, build a network, and that sets you up to go for a job. Now, I'm also assuming that a job is your main goal. Your main goal might be something else. It might be to actually start up, it might be to do an agency, things like that. Even in that case, build your skills and build your connections while having these internships. Now, folks, what I'm going to do for our Q&A, we're going to have get a special guest on. Are you guys ready for this? Real quick, I want to see some chats first. Are you guys ready for this? We've got a special guest joining us today. And we're going to answer some questions together. You guys ready? Mr. Guest, unmute yourself. I'm just about to add you right now. What's up?
Hey, all good, all good. How everyone?
Badhiya, bro. What's up, guys? Today, got Rahul on. We're gonna just answer some questions. And Rahul, what's up, bro?
All good.
Batao, bro. How's the stream going? What did you think of my weird ass roadmap?
So my first thought was like, you have so much knowledge in the when you're drawing, but then I saw the cheating part. I was like, oh, you thought about this, because when the flow was going, I was like, this is like, how are you thinking directly to the next steps? But then I went to the cheating part. I was like, okay, homework.
Mm. Yeah, bro. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's do some more questions. Okay. We have Rahul here. Rahul, to give you guys a really quick intro. Most recently, he was the design. Uh, he was working as a designer on Polygon, right? You guys have heard of Polygon, you know what that is. Rahul really specializes in brand design, although I would say Rahul is a bit of a design generalist. Also self taught. Uh, and yes, Rahul is also known as the purple guy. You see any questions, bro, that you would love to answer?
Jumper release when I'm reading chats on the other like device
Okay.
because I can't see it in this side. Oh, there is an option. Okay. Here it is. Uh, Smith soon.
How about we get this, bro? Uh, do you have an answer for this one? So Harsha says, when do you get to know that you are ready to do an internship? What was your first internship, bro?
So I didn't do a first internship because I was already in a other type of career 3 years. So I already had a working job experience. For design, I joined my first design agency when I wanted to get into design fully. Like, so what I feel the first, like, when you know you're ready for internship is when you can do that for 10, 12 hours a day or even 14 hours a day, when you are happy to do that. Because internship means that you're going to learn it while you also do have to do the work. So you can't just do 8 or 10 hours of job and like get home and do other things, because you want to get back again to the content you consumed while you were in office, while you learned from people. You want to rework on like a revision kind of thing. So you need to have double time to put in, like, because you want to consume that content and learn that while also doing the work.
Hmm. So I'm going to answer this also slightly differently. Harsha, see, you and I, we both know the simple answer to this is when somebody gives you an internship, it means you're ready, right? They would not give you an internship if they did not think you were ready. But going one level deeper, how do you know you're ready? Is you need to have some projects, and you will only have projects if you have the skills and the tools knowledge, right? So let's say we're talking about Figma here. If you have some experience with Figma, right? And I don't like to talk in terms of time exactly. Like technically, Figma mein kitna time lagta hai, bro, Rahul? Like to learn it, like a week?
A
What
week
would you say?
max, yeah.
Yeah,
Figma is much easier. AI still takes time, but Figma. No, when I say AI, Auto Illustrator, not the AI.
Illustrator. Yeah, right. Figma, though, in a week you can learn it, right? But then that does not mean within a week you are ready to apply for a design internship. Technically, you can, and if somebody gives you that opportunity, 100% go for it. But in general, to maximize your chances of getting a good internship, which is what I'm assuming most of you will want, for that, you need to maximize your chances. And the way you do that is you have to work on projects. You have to, and the biggest problem that people have is coming up with a project. And here's the thing, as part of being a designer, it's not enough to solve the problems that are given to you. You also need to be able to identify problems, right? So if you're not able to do that, spend some time figuring out how can I identify problems to solve. And then how do I, through that practice, get a lot better? Yeah, bro. So Rahul, bro, what can we expect next couple of days? So, of course, people here, you might know this. Rahul and I, we have a collab. We have a collab that just recently started. We're working on something. Um,
10K.
10K designers, yes. Folks, you wanna drop some, let's just say, guesses, some theories. Feel free to. We will use that to for ourselves to generate some ideas. We do have something coming up, but Rahul, क्या बताएं? Can we drop some info what we have coming up? Some teasers.
Yeah, I think what we can tell everyone is that till C6, we were doing design or content, like we हमेशा that collateral and content was updated. But C7 में it's gonna be content, culture, and communications. Like we're just not gonna learn how to design things and learn the skills. We're gonna also develop a culture in design. So let's say 10K is gonna become brand from a cohort. That I think
Yeah, we can
kind
keep it
of
vague.
सारी
I think
बातें
we
आ जाती है
can.
उसके अंदर. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's vague enough for people to create some conspiracy theories. Anshuman, Anshuman has a question. Story of how you got into Polygon and your experience. You want, it is a big one, so I'm not gonna force you to answer this. But if you have a short answer for this,
Yeah, the short answer would be I the one of my friend got into Polygon as a product designer, and when I got into blockchain, I was not aware about Polygon. Like I was a bit matic, but I was not planning to go full time into any blockchain company because again the risk and everything. But one of my friend got as a product designer, and then I saw the design head who was an old friend who I know from Facebook 8 years back. And so I just tried, let's shoot my luck. I messaged him on Facebook because I that's the only place where I knew him and he was my friend. So I just messaged him, hey, I just saw this. Are you looking for brand and marketing guy? They were like, in this happened in January of last year, and they were not looking for a marketing guy. So we just had a call. The call ended. I went again to back to my old job, and they went to their whole thing. But in April, they again started finding for a marketing guy, and cause I messaged them 4 months back, I was the first of the few people who they messaged back,
mm-hmm.
and bas wahi, then we did the interview, same process, 3 4 interviews, kam dikhao, and all that. But that the cold DM helped in that.
Awesome, bro. Cool. ठीक है, bro. So, folks, we're gonna be we're gonna have another stream where we go a little deeper with Rahul. Today we just wanted to do a little cameo appearance. So keep an eye out, guys. We're gonna post. We're gonna Rahul and I. We have some streams planned together, but stay posted. Okay, bro. Rahul, talk to you on the next stream. Chalo.
थैंक यू मिलते हैं भाई लोग
Yep. Okay, guys. Let's get some more questions going. Atul says, why some beginner designers quit design? It's too hard. It's too confusing. College is taking up all my time. My job is taking up all my time. I don't know what to work on. I have uncertainty around this thing. My parents are saying, go get a placement. Ye kya kar rahe ho, design. I don't know any other designers, so I feel lonely on this path. I'm kind of comfortable with my current thing. इतनी फाइट डालनी है नई चीज़ में मैं वो सोच रहा हूँ so I'm not able to make any progress. I can keep going on, bro. 10 fingers, I've just counted 10. But there are more reasons to quit. All you need is one reason to keep you moving forward, right? It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. But once you figure it out to a certain this thing, it becomes fun, right? And so this roadmap, this diagram that I showed you from here to here, the reason we're doing it is because it's more fun on the other side. It's fun to work with other creative people, to make money in a creative job that you know is not a bullshit job. Good enough reasons, bro? Tell me. Let's answer this, bro. From Excalibur, what would you do if you were to start from zero in this field? What steps would you take to get a good job or internship? Now, Excalibur, I don't know if you were there for some of the previous streams or not, but let me draw that connection to our last stream that we talked about, right? Those of you who are loving this, enjoying this, you should definitely go watch the previous streams. Although wo purani hai, they're still pretty good. Even on the channel, even last year, 2 years ago, wali streams, बहुत useful hoga if you have no clue. But what I would do here is my main goal would be number one, skills, right? मुझे पता है कि मैं confidently, I cannot confidently apply to internships or jobs unless I am confident in my skills. Unless I am confident कि अगर मुझे कुछ काम दिया गया, somebody gives me some work, I'll be able to do it, right? Which means proficiency with the tools. Now, the problem, unfortunately, is there are lots of design tools, but all you need is one. You need to know Figma really, really well. So, since we're saying start from zero, I would literally start with Figma. I would spend hours every week in Figma, right? Think about this, guys. Right now, screen time to hum dekhte rehte hain. We do a check-in every once in a while. If your screen time says 4 hours WhatsApp, 4 hours Twitter, bro, you need 4 hours Figma. That's what you need. And it's so difficult. Trust me, I understand. Because Figma mein you have to do the work. Sab apne aap, you have to make things happen. And in feeds and YouTube, it's being fed to you, right? So totally opposite hai. But you need hours in Figma. You know, in the same way that a pilot has hours in flight, whether it's in a simulator or it's in the air, you need hours in Figma, right? So that's where I would start. Figma, bro. Even if you guys here, you're thinking my cohort may enroll karunga, I will enroll in, this upcoming cohort or the next cohort, you still should do Figma right now. In fact, if you are here and you've done the cohorts, you still need to do Figma, right? Figma is where most of your work happens. Today in the industry, Figma is the number one tool for this. So that's what I would do. But to get a good job or internship, it's not enough to know Figma in isolation, right? You need to know people and you need to confidently be able to apply. To apply, you need to show your products. You need to show what you've made. To make really good stuff, again, you need to know Figma, right? But what steps I would take is I would figure out some way to stand out. And I'm not trying to become the best designer in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Understand that if you really get into this, this is going to become a 5-year, 10-year, 15-year journey, right? Me today, bro, I don't get to skip this. Even today, I have to wake up in the morning, take my notebook, write down design, open up Figma, I still have to open up and do all this shit, right? It doesn't get over. You have to learn to enjoy this process of doing this. But what I would do is I would try to find a way to stand out with my work. I would try to make something killer, bro. Killer. Like my goal, if I'm starting out, is fuck, I have a lot to prove, bro. I have a lot to prove. And I need to prove that I can make amazing stuff. And so, what am I going to make? I would pour all my energy into that. I would pour, bro. You know, open the tap and leave it running for 24 hours. I would pour my energy into that. Because that first internship, that first job makes it easier to get the second one. That second one makes it easier to get the third one. And that's your roadmap. That is the path you follow. Eventually, you get to the point where people will look at the names in your resume and they get a feeling of confidence that this person can do it, right? At that point, jobs, how to get a job becomes a kind of a secondary effort. At that point, it becomes how do I optimize? How do I make sure my lifestyle is good? I live in the city that I want. I'm making good money. I have good people to work with. The product is interesting. The company is growing. I have ESOPs. I'm, in a leadership or a high IC position. I have personal brand. I have extra money coming in through freelance. I am working with these new technologies. At that point, job doesn't become your concern, right? But in the beginning, you want to do everything possible, pour all your energy into one opportunity that gets you a next bigger opportunity, and you need to leverage your way up. That's the simple answer. Miss ho gaye bro chats mere. I was too involved in this. Let's come back here. Let's come back to some chats. Let's come back to some chats. How Techie Abhi asks, how difficult is it to shift to design if you're from a different background, if you have decent knowledge of design fundamentals? Bro, if you have decent knowledge of design fundamentals and Figma, it might be way easier for you, right? But the process still looks the same, right? So if I had to open up this map again, this road map, if I had to open up this roadmap, Bhai sahab, I'm not optimized. These streams are not optimized. Okay, you are most likely the moonlighter. You are in college, not college, maybe you're probably in office or college, and you want to make your way further into this path, into these middle areas, right? The middle is also the most comfortable area. So people who are in the middle typically get stuck in the middle, right? Mostly because of comfort. People who are in the first part of it, they get stuck because of confusion, right? But let me just say, figure out karna and getting stuck and then not making progress and then making progress after some time after putting in work happens always, right? You're not going to get to a point jahan bro effortless ho gayi life, right? You still have to work. I still have to work. I have to wake up in the morning and do all this work, right? You have to enjoy that because it's a long grind. The things that you want at every stage vary. The challenges at every stage also vary, right? Like the main challenge at the beginning is actually confusion. The main challenge in the middle is actually too much comfort. And the main challenge towards the end is optimized for the wrong thing. And you want to now optimize for something else. And it means taking a step back. But to answer your question, Techie Abhi, how difficult is it? It's for you. It's probably easier, right? How difficult it is, it actually now depends on your motivation. If you really want this, bro, go for it, right? Go for it. If you can see yourself doing this, enjoying this, doing this over the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? Of course, we have no idea what happens with AI, but if you want to be the person who's actually using AI in their design, in their products, in their workflow, great place to be, bro. And if you like, you can always use that skill and transition to a related field, right? You could, for example, get into programming. You could eventually get into product management later, right? Once you figure out this path. Okay, bro, I want to answer some more questions. एक क्वेश्चन है भाई, आफ्टर क्लियरिंग असाइनमेंट एंड वी नो we're in face to face interview, from 80 on a scale of 100, what are the chances of getting into the company? It's at least 50%, bro. I'll be honest, right? I would have said just 80%. If you say 80 out of 100, yeah, I would say 80% chance. But then kuch bhi ho sakta hai, right? Anything can happen. So the best thing if you're in such a position is, yeah, wait it out till you get that, till you figure out what's happening next. But in general, if any of you here are interviewing, if you guys are interviewing, don't just interview at one company, guys. That's not called interviewing. That's called taking my chances, right? If I'm being a little brutal today, मैं बहुत सीधे सीधे बता रहा हूँ, it's because I've just had a long day, right? But seriously, guys, you apply for 2 companies, that's not called interviewing. Interviewing is the process where you apply to 10 companies, bro, with the knowledge that there are other people applying. So I need to stand out. From those 10 companies, 5 will reply to you. Out of that, 3 will set up a call. Out of that, you will get 1 or 2. नहीं करना. Let's say you don't want to do all this shit, bro. You're like, bro, who wants to apply to 10 companies? Like, मैं तो boss, bro. I want to be the design boss. Bhai, you want to be the design boss? Then do that kind of work. Do work that stands out. Do work that when somebody looks at it, be like, wow, that's crazy. You know, you live in the world of AI now, right? You know, these changes are happening every single week. You know, there are people out there in college making AI products, not because they are smart, but because it's getting easier. And so if you really want it, bro, go for it. You might not have to apply for 10 companies. Your first company that you apply to, you might just get it because you've done great work and you've poured your energy into that work. Okay, ठीक है. Um, let's go. Let's do some more. Hmm. Somebody's like, I don't want to do internship, bro. And fine, ठीक है. Let me bring this up. Uh, you know what? If you're, especially, you know, when I showed you this roadmap, if you're not in college, you might be thinking, bro, now why should I do an internship? I'm already in a different career. That's totally fine, guys. You don't have to do an internship. Your answer is no, it's not necessary, but you need to show something that's equivalent. And what that typically means is freelance. Freelance is actually perfect. It can be freelance where a client paid you to do some work and you know there was a good amount of design thinking and you can actually make a case study out of that. Or it can be a self generated project. It could be a real thing that you as a side hustle product launch product hunt pe launch kiya. You actually built something of your own. It could be that. But again, things like this, I want to make it very clear because the title of this video is a roadmap. Things like these are pathless paths. Do you understand what I mean by that, folks? Figuring stuff out when the environment is rapidly changing, doing things separate from the crowd, doing things that are optimized for you, these are all pathless paths. It means a lot of times you have to figure out your path through yourself. And somebody else's path might not be relevant to you, right? So when I'm saying you don't need internship, the reason I say internship is because for most people, it's the correct way of doing it. Agar ho gaya internship, you can probably get a second internship if you want, right? Based on where you are in college. Or you can just, a lot of internships and freelance, they're pretty much similar today, right? They're both remote. You work part-time, limited number of hours. But yeah, bro, the other thing, if you don't want to do internships, that's fine, but you then need to figure out how do I do really good freelance, right? आज थोड़ी डीप चलेगा Q&A में, but I hope you guys are enjoying this. अगर बहुत बेसिक हो रहे हैं questions तो भाई अच्छे questions पूछो. Ask me some complicated ones, right? I am here to answer the questions you ask. Can you talk about building design agency alone? For sure, bro. I would love to. And मैं okay, let's do it. Sure, bro. I'm here to help you out. Let me show you this, guys. The map of online business. I love making maps. But इस पे मैं ज़्यादा बात नहीं करूँगा अभी के लिए because I was actually prepping this for something else. But bro, an agency, what does it take? You of course need to have the skills or hire somebody who has the skills, bro. Even if you are a non-designer, you could still start a design agency if you wanted to, right? It's just you need to understand how to talk to clients, where to find clients, and all that. But in general, what it looks like is, bro, you have your peers, you have your community, you have your personal story, right? You have your beliefs, your worldview, your understanding of how the industry is, of how markets operate, right? That's you and your beliefs. What you need to next do is you need to figure out what your channels are: email, community, maybe you do events, maybe it's social media, maybe it's direct outreach, right? Cold DMs, getting people to actually book a discovery call with you, right? Channels is where it starts. Once you have channels, you move traffic into assets, which is your case study is an asset. For you, it's an asset because your case study, people see this and they get that feeling that this person is competent. This asset is doing the work for you. You don't have to be there convincing people job they do. You do good work and you write about it in a case study. That's an asset that you have on the internet that's doing work for you. It could be media, it could be videos, it could be code, it could be products that you build. But when you drive traffic, then you get them to take an action. Now, of course, ये मैं map किसी और चीज़ के लिए बना रहा था. But since we are talking about design agency, it gets into this last category here, which is service, right? The simple way to actually book clients if you want is book a discovery call with them. On that discovery call, have a checklist of questions that you ask. Have a PPT or a keynote prepared where you are pitching your work. You're saying, this is what we've done. These are the clients we worked for. After the call is done, send them a proposal, put all this information together, talk about the project timeline. This is what I'm talking about here, guys, by the way. इसकी बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. Right? Send them a proposal, put all this together and say, we can get started. Then get on another call where you talk about this proposal, answer their questions, send them an invoice for the upfront deposit and start. That's your design agency right there. That's your first client. Repeat this. You know, how do you scale an agency now? All you have to think about is per quarter, how many clients am I getting, right? Because if you want to make 1 crore, you need a client that, let's say you need 10 clients that pay you 10 lakhs. अब 10 clients अगर convert करने हैं, इसका मतलब एटलीस्ट 100 clients से तो बात करनी पड़ेगी ब्रो. एंड अगर 100 clients से बात करनी है, where are you going to get these clients from, right? It comes back to traffic. Do you have sufficient case studies out there? Are you doing events? Are you doing webinars and things like that, right? Are you doing targeted cold outreach? Very easy to build a agency, guys. Very easy to build a service business if you want to, right? Technically, if you were someone like a fitness coach, what would you do? Exactly this, bro. Channels, मैं figure out करूँगा मैं क्या post करूँ. Assets, मेरे client testimonials होंगे, मेरे free videos होंगे. Action क्या होगा? Book करो, bro. Book करो. Was that a nice detour, guys? Did you guys enjoy that? I was not going to show you guys that today. ये किसी और के लिए है. It's for something else. But yeah. Related questions to that. How can I get my portfolio reviewed? ADP list. Go to ADP list, book a call with a client. Book a call with somebody there. Paul Millard. Absolutely, bro. Pathless Path. I am actually reading Paul's book. And, after I'm done, I would love to actually invite him for a convo on the channel. Nice recognition, bro. Try and learn front end. See, bro, you can, कर सकते हो, but मेरे experience से मैं बता दूं, typically front end and design are two separate roles. Now, I know there are some companies that want एक person जो सब कर दे, but that's not the majority. If I'm hiring front end, I think about this. If I'm a company and I'm hiring a front end engineer, I have enough front end work कि bro सिर्फ front end 12 hours a day, 8 hours a day, you're going to do only front end, right? Similarly, if I'm hiring a designer, I have enough design work that this thing. So typically, these kind of mixed roles, not so common. But if you're freelancing, this can be great because you can do multiple types of work now. But in general, Abhas, I would say no, bro. Unless you already know this, focus on just design. Just design में इतनी सारी चीजें हैं, bro, that you can get really, really good at. But if you want to do front end, I would suggest maybe do some no code, right? Work on some no code tools like Webflow and Framer and do front end a part of that. मजा आ रहा है. Dope. How to get a job in this market? I just showed you, bro. You need to be booking calls, bro. Your case study, Manash. Manash, how many case studies do you have, bro? Jitne bhi hain, each of those case studies needs to have a CTA at the end which says book a discovery call with me. And then you need to do more case studies in which you link your previous case studies. Web, the internet, it's a web, which means you need to trap people, bro. You need to trap people in your spider web. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but what does it mean? It means if somebody finds Manash on the internet, they should be able to spend time in Manash's rabbit hole of work Manash has done. That's your case studies, that's your work, that's your articles. You want to make vlogs, you want to do anything, right? What it comes down to is you have your channels, you have your traffic, you have your action, right? That's your flow. So, how do you get a job? You need to apply for jobs, bro. If you're only applying to Razorpay, Swiggy, and another third company, and you're like, job nahi mili, of course job nahi mili, bro. These companies are not even hiring, number one. And number two, sab is pe apply kar rahe hain, right? Do that, practice that skill where you find companies that are interesting, that are underrated, that will be Swiggy 2 years from now, and try to work there. But in general, find ways to grow, right? How to get a job in this market is not difficult, right? You might be thinking recession, ye sab, AI. It's true to some extent, but how to get a job, it's not difficult. You can do it. And bro, Manash, I know you're from the cohort, so you can always DM me. DM me, ask me your questions, bro. Baat karte hain. In fact, if you want, we can all, you're in the cohort, right? So we can also talk about what companies you applied to, kya process hua. We can diagnose, bro. Feel free to DM me. बहुत frantic, बहुत speed वाली stream है आज. Okay. Next cohort, when? Few weeks, bro. Very close. Few weeks. What are the skills apart from design? Sachin, there's a bunch of them. Check it out. We made this one video called the 12 skills you should know. Check that out. Ooh, super chat from Arya. Thank you, bro. Arya, thank you for the super chat. 44 thoughts on UIs, user and AI tools. UI Zerd, I've actually tried it out. I tried it out. It's pretty good. The biggest problem, right? Like, speaking as somebody who's been in the industry for 10 years, is UI Zerd. When I tried it, I was like, it's pretty cool. But bro, if I was working in a company, मैं नहीं convince कर पाऊंगा उनको कि UI Zerd use करो. वो बोलेंगे क्या है UI Zerd? Use Figma. Right? So the biggest problem with tools like this is it doesn't matter if they're good. They have to be better than what the default option is, right? So when Sketch came out, it was better than the default option Photoshop. When Figma came out, it was better than the default option, which was Sketch back then, right? Figma ko beat abhi nahi kiya kisi ne. So UI Zerd is great, right? I liked that they have a feature where you can take a photo of a wireframe and it makes a UI. It's not great, but it was a pretty cool feature. I tried that out. Some more AI tools, like I know you guys have been talking about Galileo, right? Some of these AI tools जिनके demos आए हैं. The unfortunate truth is a lot of these demos, they've not released yet, right? They're like waitlist, sign up for the waitlist, bro. Bakwas, bro. These waitlists, a lot of these are never going to launch, right? I've lived through enough of these waves to understand कि bro waitlist कर दी आराम से 2000 3000. Today, bro, you make a fake waitlist page, you get 2,300 signups, 2,000, 3,000 signups. Why? Because people are excited. Bro, fake product pay, you will get TikTokers and reels wale log making videos, oh, ye naya tool aa gaya, Galileo. The point is, bro, in a couple of weeks, maybe some of these tools will actually launch. So I will definitely make some videos about that when they are ready, when they're not just concepts. But uske alawa, I'm excited, bro. In fact, this upcoming cohort, we are going to try to include more AI tools. पिछले वाले cohort में we did have a small this thing on Chat GPT, using Chat GPT for your projects. This upcoming cohort, we're going to go more deeper. We're going to actually figure out, and this is new for me as well as for you guys. How exactly do we use AI? But in general, we'll keep an eye out, bro. Nothing great happened yet. There's nothing great happened yet. अगर great होता तो मैं that would be the number one thing on my mind. I'm following the field in design. There is nothing new in AI at the moment. Most is like okay, and tools like UI Zerd, adoptability is the main thing, right? Teams will not adopt it. That's the unfortunate truth. Bruh, today you're in chill mode. Loved this session. Thank you, Jayant. Thank you. Krishna says, humane is the future in next 5 years, as we know. See, number one, Krishna, we don't know, right? Stuff like this fails all the time. So best case scenario, yeah, humane is the future, AR glasses and all this shit, right? But nahi keh sakte. But as a UX designer, here's the simple way to understand this, right? When you guys might be thinking about things like AI tools, when you're thinking about things like VR or augmented reality or even AI generative tools, the main thing to understand. I lost my train of thought, bro. Kya tha question again? Oh, yeah, UX designer. So here's the main thing to understand. New tools are hard to understand for people. Bro, how long did it take for you to convince your parents to use a credit card online, bro? How long did it take you to convince people to use credit card online? कि bro UPI install कर दो ना, नहीं मुझे नहीं करना बैंक अकाउंट लिंक कर दो ना mama. Like you've had those conversations with your parents, right? In general, technology is slow, right? Not everybody starts using it the day it comes out. But one of the reasons for that is it's difficult. Right now, you show a general person chat GPT or open text box, type करो इसमें जो भी चाहिए type करो. क्या करेंगे bro? I'll give you an example. This was a few years back, and someone I know had a tablet, right? It was an old Android tablet called Olive Tab or something like that. And he was talking to his driver or something like that, and he's like, bro, the driver asked him, kya hai ye exactly tablet? Tablets were new back then, right? This is many years back, 10 years back maybe. And it's like, नहीं भैया इस पे गेम खेल सकते हो, ये कर सकते हो. And the guy's like, अच्छा लूडो है इस पे? I was like, हाँ लूडो है. कैरम है इस पे? नहीं कैरम तो नहीं होगा, ये टच स्क्रीन है. अच्छा ठीक है, बट फोन पे भी तो खेल सकता हूँ मैं लूडो, राइट? I'm just giving you this example to tell you not everybody is fucking crazy about AI tools. But your question was UX, right? The main point is, for any technology to reach the mainstream, you have to make it such that they want it, right? It's not enough to say, chat GPT, here's a text box, jo chiye dal do. बोलेंगे bro butter chicken चाहिए मुझे. Like it's not. You can't just give people a blank canvas and expect them to figure it out, right? You need to understand their behaviors, and your tool needs to go in like this to their behavior. You understand that? You have to convince people to use products. You have to convince people to stop their old way of doing everything in Excel pe kar raha hu main, bro, and actually use something which is designed for that specific purpose, right? That convincing and communication, a lot of that is the job of designers. That figuring out कि ये connect कैसे हुआ. You see, when I'm doing this, what this means is, it's not enough to say this is the tool, ये लो भाई. You have to say this is your behavior, and I will figure out exactly how to fit into your use case, right? And this is different for Bharat. It's different for the rest of the world, right? That's what UX designers do. You can, in a simple way, think about it as early adopters like you, me. We will use cool technology the day it comes out. If you're in engineering college, हाँ bro, cool technology हम सब use करेंगे. But the rest of the world doesn't work that way. If a technology is really useful, it causes productivity, it causes entertainment, like it has all these benefits. Your job as a UX designer a lot of times is to figure out, how do I get this out to people, right? So it's actually great that we have AR tools, that we have AI tools, that we might have headsets too soon. It's because any new technology, humans are not just going to just start using it. You need to figure out, how do you make it work for them. That humanist perspective of what do humans want, that is design. And then actually delivering it, that is also design. What to do in Figma every day, how to do practice in Figma. I saw a related question as well, which was a 100-day UI challenge worth. See, if you don't know what to do the 100-day UI challenge, right? It's better than doing nothing. But beyond that, bro, your success as a designer is somewhat determined by how excited are you about technology. And if you are really excited about technology, bro, you should be, idea should be coming to you ऐसे करके, right? It should be coming to you like, bro, chat gpt ये कर सकता है. Let me show you an example, right? uh, I was not planning to show you this, but अब बात हो ही रही है तो दिखा ही देता हूँ. You guys have heard of Kisan GPT, bro? You guys have heard of Kisan GPT? Now, bro, GPT तो आ गया है, but if you want an Indian farmer to use this for their purposes, right? Let's say हिंदी. AI से पूछो. चलो पूछते हैं, क्या पूछना है. मैं मेथी उगाना चाहता हूँ, बट मेरी धूप कम आती है रूम में, क्या करूँ मैं इसका. I don't even know if you'll pick that up. But कृषि सहायक, let's see. प्रतीक देसाई, bruh, I know it might be in beta.
मेथी को सफलतापूर्वक उगाने के लिए आपको इसे पर्याप्त धूप प्रदान करने की आवश्यकता है. मेथी को प्रतिदिन कम से कम 4-6 घंटे सीधी धूप की आवश्यकता होती है. यदि आपके कमरे में पर्याप्त धूप नहीं आती है, तो आप अपने मेथी के बर्तन को एक खिड़की या बालकनी के पास रखने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं जहां पर्याप्त धूप आती हो. वैकल्पिक रूप से आप अपने मेथी के पौधों के लिए आवश्यक रोशनी प्रदान करने के लिए कृत्रिम ग्रो लाइट का भी उपयोग कर सकते हैं.
समझ गए ब्रो? ग्रो लाइट्स समझ गए ब्रो? डिड यू गाइस सी दैट? ट्राई दिस आउट इफ यू वांट. किसान जीपीटी. बट समझे ब्रो, that's the difference. That's the difference between technology here, bro, versus you have to design something that fits for somebody's, right? As a farmer, I'm not going to use my email and OTP and log in to openai.com and shit, right? Versus something like this, you can actually give them something they can talk to. They're more comfortable with that. It reads it out to them, right? It feels like WhatsApp probably when you open it on your phone. Now that's design, bro. That's design. And the early adopters will always use it first, but your job a lot of times as a designer is to ride that curve for the rest of the world. And these curves, there is Web3, there is AI, there is AR, there is VR, there's a lot of new shit, right? So UX, the experience, the human using this computer, this interface, or this machine interacting with the system, figuring out this bridge of interaction, that's your job as a UX designer, bro. Keyword Methi. Yeah, it's pretty good algo. I loved this. Now, I would love to also hear if some of you guys use this, right? Give this to someone. Let me give you an example right here, right? Somebody had a question, which is, how do I stand out? Now, bro, you just saw Kisan GPT, right? How many people in the world have heard about Kisan GPT? It's not a lot, right? It's new. You guys are getting some alpha here, in fact. But I can tell you this. If one of you here took Kisan GPT, went to a village near your house and did a testing where you actually gave this to people and you asked them to interact with it and you recorded the whole thing, as even if you don't know how research is done, even if you just did this as I'm making a YouTube video type thing, that is you standing out. Because kisko aata hai ye idea, bro? Most people see Kisan GPT and they're like, ठीक है bro, मैं तो नहीं हूँ किसान, right? Or they're going to be like, okay bro, best of luck to Pratik Desai. But this is a cool product, bro. And when you make a video on that, people will see it. People who are in technology will be like, wow, look at this product and look at this person who introduced this to us. That traffic that you generate on that piece, a lot of those people will DM you saying, bro, this was dope. Next time you go, can you ask these questions? A lot of them will say, hey, we want to build something like this. They're going to read the bio, your Twitter bio that says, I'm a designer and I'm experimenting with AI for farmers. And they're going to be like, bro, can we hire you, bro? I am not kidding. That's how things work. That's how easy things can be if you put your energy to it, if you put your focus to it, if you put your attention to it. But it's okay. It's okay if you've not done it. Do it moving forward if you want to, right? These are ideas. I am sharing this with you because, bro, main nahi karne wala. I do not have a khet I can go to and do it, unfortunately. Also, I don't want a job right now. तो मैं ये content हो सकता है अपने YouTube के लिए मैं ही बना दूँ, right? When I'm in India next. But that's alpha, right? You guys can totally do this. Founders, right? Seeing this on a stream versus actually seeing a farmer using it. Any founder who sees this will be like, bro, this was a cool idea. This person did it. Research kiya isne, right? You are showing that you are passionate about this area, that you would have done it even if nobody paid you to do it. Just because you're interested. That's the kind of person I want to hire, bro. That's how you get opportunities. And that's how you set yourself apart from everybody else. By doing things that other people are too lazy to do, or too comfortable to do, or just don't have any motivation to do. But if you really want it, green field, bro. It's an open green field. Blue sky. All for you. Exploration. This kind of stuff, there's going to be 100, 200,000 Kisan GPT type new things happening. Kisan GPT is dope, bro. I'm going to, in fact, DM the founder after this and be like, that's dope. Yeah, you should do this. And do video, bro. Do video that can be shared and retweeted on Twitter. Because this is dope. Okay, guys. So we might wrap up in a bit. It's 1 hour. It's been close to 90 minutes. Shashank says, where can I DM you, bro? You can DM me on Instagram. Although I'm not so active, but I can tell you this, 90% I'll probably reply, right? However, if you want a full path, we have a cohort coming up. Check it out, 10kdesigners.com. And of course, for cohort members get DM access to me, and I can call it right now private live session, but we do classes basically. Classes hoti hain live. Or it's not like this. We do group discussions, we do breakout rooms, we do activities using real examples just like this one. So if you want for your next 3 months, 3 to 4 months sorted on a path, definitely check out the cohorts. But DM me, bro. I will maybe drop a voice note if I can help. Any scholarship? No scholarships, bro. But yes, we will have some scholarships this time around. But they're going to be very selective. I'll be very honest. We will probably... It's going to be selective. So if you do want the scholarship, definitely apply. Details, we will share the scholarship details. But you need to be good. If you're giving you a scholarship, you need to be good, bro. So it's going to be competitive. Let me just say that. Oh yes, I missed your super chat, I think. Okay, chalo, let's go up. Let's go. Apur asks, what are your thoughts on the alignment issue? Are we going to align to AI or the other way? Is AI going to align to us? Apur, I'll be honest, bro. I don't know too much about this, right? Honestly, all this alignment talk on Twitter, I'm not a fan of it. I think a lot of those guys are just intellectual posturing. Bro, mujhe alignment, like, it's bullshit. I personally do not know enough. That's the answer, though. But honestly speaking, alignment, whether we can align AI, let's just say it's a multivariable problem, right? um, which makes it very difficult because you can't in advance anticipate what these variables to alignment would be. And it's also a problem with tight feedback loops, which is if something happens, it changes things. And now you have to figure out and anticipate changes. So it's a difficult problem for sure. But kaise hogi solve? Is it a design issue? Is it a tech issue? Is it a governance issue, right? Will governments have to step in and do something? I don't have a full opinion on it yet, but I'm pretty sure as we see some more advancements in AI over the next couple of months, pretty sure I can already see us talking about it on a future stream. But yeah, nothing right now. Can alumni members have access to C7? Probably, bro, Monish. But DM me, bro. Monish, DM me. Let me figure out. See, the thing is, I don't want to. It's a challenge. Let me just say that the cohorts have not been designed to have hundreds and hundreds of people, right? The cohorts are designed to be small group. So DM me, Monish. Let's see if we can figure something out. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks a lot. This has been a dope stream. Honestly, I wish I would. I kind of want to do more streams. I want to do more streams in a week. And I think we're going to do that. We're going to have more streams coming up. So stick around. Let's take one last question. Just like that. Anshul says, why does every company want experienced folks? I filter entry level and internships on LinkedIn, and every job has 2-year FOE, 2 years of experience, 4 years experience. Anshul, like the common answer, the basic answer here is in times of recession, AI, whatever, companies want to take less risks. And to be very honest, hiring somebody straight out of college is a bit of a risk, right? So if I have to pay a little bit more extra, but I can get somebody who's worked at a company before, there's a lot of things I might not have to teach that person how to do because they come with that information. So in general, it's a safer bet to not hire juniors, right? However, it's bad for the industry, right? Because that means that middle uh, has too much influence. Like it makes it harder for new people to enter and it can cause stagnation. So for an industry, it's actually really bad that we don't have more entry level roles. And we, as 10K designers, we're trying whatever we can to change it. But the reason is it's the safe move. But the good news here for you is if you have that standout work, right? Work that kind of puts you apart from the general applicant. I have seen, even though companies say 2 years of experience, they're willing to hire somebody with 6 months. Why? Because this person has the interest and the, let's just say, the skills of somebody who has a year or two, right? Basically, they've done so much to stand out that it doesn't become a risky bet. You look at this person and you're like, yes, on paper, they have less experience, but in some level, they're betting on potential, right? The safe thing to do is not bet on potential, is to bet on the client, the candidate's past work. That's the safe thing to do. And companies, if they did not post on their LinkedIn 2 YOE, 4 YOE, randos would apply, bro. And it makes the filter really hard. I can tell you this, Unacademy, we would apply and mechanical engineers would apply, saying ये design ही तो है, मैंने एक semester किया था, right? That's how bad it is. But on a real level, 2 years of experience, 4 years of experience, you can even get it if you have under a year. It's just you have to help cross this confidence barrier for this company, right? You have to help build that confidence that they can hire you. It's also great if you have connections, right? Networking helps. 10K designers, it's not exactly a networking thing, right? हम काम करते हैं, bro. We're not just there to network, but it's been designed in a way that you have to play multiplayer. You have to talk to people and talk to mentors, find out industry. You start following them on Twitter, and now you get connected. You now immerse yourself in the industry. Right? It's a social experience. That makes things easier because that way you kind of have a network through which opportunities come to you first before they make it to platforms like LinkedIn. Right? So network definitely helps too. Okay, guys, chalo. Thank you. Thank you all for joining. I see a few more questions I could have answered, but aaj nahi ho paye. Right? I don't want to extend the stream too much. See you all here next Wednesday. But just an FYI, we might do another stream this week. We might do a second stream this week on Friday. So keep an eye out. I will post an announcement on Twitter. Thank you all. Had a lot of fun today. I hope you learned something new. I hope you got a little bit extra motivation to figure out your next step. And I will see you here again soon. Peace. Peace out. Peace out.